You know the sound. That low, steady hum of machinery doing the hard work deep underground. It's the sound of progress, the sound of getting the job done. But then silence. The lights flicker. A rig powers down. The whole operation grinds to a halt. You reset the breaker. Hope for the best. Get back to it. But it happens again and again. This isn't just an annoyance. It's a warning sign. Your electrical system is screaming for help. It's being pushed too hard, too fast, for too long. This constant tripping is more than a hiccup. It's a red flag, a much bigger danger behind the panel door. That annoying trip switch isn't a flaw. It's a safety feature doing its job, too often. When a breaker trips repeatedly, it's saying you're demanding more power than the circuit can safely deliver. We blame the machine or the breaker. But the real issue is often us. One more pump, one more fan, one more light. Enter the 80% rule. Not a complex formula, a practical rule that can save your equipment, your time, and most importantly, your life. So, what is the rule? Simply put, never continuously load a circuit above 80% of its rating. Think of it like a pickup truck. Just because it can haul 2,000 pounds doesn't mean you run it up a steep pass like that every day. You're stressing the engine, the suspension, the brakes. The same logic applies to electricity. That little breaker number, 100 amps, for example, is the absolute maximum. The 80% rule gives you a safety buffer. Understanding and applying this rule is fundamental around heavy electrical gear. Electricity is invisible. It demands respect. Pushing a circuit to its limit generates heat. Wires get hot. Connections get hot. Breakers get hot. Over time, heat breaks down insulation, creating fire risk. It also weakens breaker internals, making them less reliable in a real emergency like a short. The 80% rule isn't about being overly cautious. It's about being smart and professional. Let's break the 80% rule down into plain language. No engineering degree required. Every circuit in your mine is protected by a circuit breaker or a fuse. That device has a number printed on it. 20, 50, 100. That number is its amperage rating, the maximum current it can handle before it shuts off the power. The rule says you should only plan to use up to 80% of that number for any loads running 3 hours or more. This is a continuous load. The math is simple. Multiply the breaker's rating by 0.8 to find your safe, long-term limit. On a 100 amp circuit, all your continuous gear, pumps, fans, ventilation, should not add up to more than 80 amps. 75 amps? You're in the clear. 90 amps? You're in the danger zone, generating excess heat even if it hasn't tripped yet. That's slowly cooking your system from the inside out. Circuit breakers are not designed to be on-off switches. Their primary job is to protect against two things: overloads and short circuits. A short circuit is a sudden surge that must be stopped instantly. An overload is a slower burn. Stay at or below 80% and you keep temperatures where they belong. Let me tell you a story I heard from a crew foreman. A fan pulled 50 amps, a dewatering pump 25, 75 total, under the 80 amp limit. All day, no issue. Next day, a conveyor got added, another 20 amps, 95 amps continuous. The breaker baked. A veteran felt the heat and yelled to shut it down. They were lucky. Another hour and insulation could have melted, short or fire. The 80% rule separates a smooth job from a disaster waiting to happen. Respect the buffer. Knowing the rule is one thing. Putting it into practice is another. Your best tools are your brain and your eyes. Identify the circuit's rating. That number is your starting point. Write it down. Your safe continuous load is 80% of that number. Find the amps on each machine, add them up, and compare to your 80% figure. At or below? Great. Above? Reduce the load. Move equipment to another circuit. A clamp meter shows real-time current without disconnecting. Confirm the true draw and your margin. Account for startup peaks. Stagger big motor starts. Use soft starters where needed. Quick checklist. Know the breaker rating. Know your load. Do the math. Total amps. Trust 80% X rating. A simple question. Hey, Did we check the load before we plugged that in? Can prevent an incident. Before you flip that switch, take a moment to check. It's a small step that gets everyone home safe. Smash like, subscribe, stay safe underground, new safety tips weekly. Follow us for more.